In a small village at the foot of a towering mountain, there lived a boy named Kiran. His family was poor, his father was a carpenter, and his mother wove fabric to make a living. They worked tirelessly, but when his father had an accident and could no longer work, the burden fell entirely on his mother. Their lives became even more difficult. The villagers told Kiran, "You're still young. Go to the city and find work. There's no future for you here." Kiran hesitated. He wanted to help his family, but was leaving really the best solution? One afternoon, while wandering along a forest path, Kiran encountered an old man who lived near the mountain. The man had silver hair, kind eyes, and a gaze that seemed to have witnessed the rise and fall of many lives. After listening to Kiran's story, the old man didn't offer advice. Instead, he handed Kiran three things: a potato, a piece of iron, and a dried chili pepper. "Boil these in water," he said. "Observe carefully and come back to me tomorrow." Kiran didn't understand the purpose of this, but he did as instructed. The next morning, Kiran returned and described what had happened. The potato was firm at first, but became soft and weak after boiling. The iron remained unchanged in appearance, but when I touched it, it was so hot that it burned my fingers. The chili pepper broke apart, infused the water, and changed its entire flavor. The old man smiled and explained, "Life is like this boiling water. Some people are like the potato. They seem strong at first, but become weak under pressure. Others are like the iron. They appear unchanged, but become filled with anger and bitterness inside. Then, there are those like the chili pepper. They don't let circumstances break them. Instead, they transform the situation to their advantage." Kiran thought deeply. He didn't want to be the potato or the iron. He wanted to be the chili pepper, the one who turns adversity into opportunity. Before Kiran left, the old man looked at him and said, "If you truly want to change your fate, climb to the top of the sacred mountain. A secret awaits you there." The mountain was steep and treacherous. Many in the village believed it was cursed and no one had ever dared to climb it. But with newfound determination, Kiran decided to try. He packed some food and set off. The journey was grueling. Rocky paths made each step difficult. During the day, the scorching sun drained his energy, and at night the cold bit into his skin. Many times he wanted to give up, but each time he thought of his family, he pushed forward. After 3 exhausting days, he finally reached the peak. There, he found a small cave. Inside, a mysterious glowing stone emitted a faint golden light. On the cave wall, an ancient inscription read, "Those who see this light are those who refuse to surrender. Carry this spirit with you, and your fate will change." Kiran touched the stone and felt a surge of strength within him. He realized that the true secret of the mountain wasn't the stone itself, but the journey. He had conquered his fears, his doubts, and his limitations. Returning to the village, Kiran no longer waited for luck to change his life. He created opportunities himself. He repaired his father's old workshop and started making small wooden crafts to sell. He helped the villagers fix their broken furniture and even taught them carpentry skills. Over time, his work flourished. His family escaped poverty, and his village thrived because of his determination. Those who once told him to leave now looked up to him for guidance. One day, Kiran returned to the old man's hut to thank him, but the old man had vanished. All that remained was a message carved into a stone near the house. "The mountain holds no treasure, but the journey itself is the treasure." Kiran smiled, finally understanding that challenges are not meant to break us. They are meant to shape us into something greater. Life is like a mountain full of obstacles. When faced with hardships, will you be the soft potato, the rigid iron, or the chili pepper that transforms its surroundings? Remember, your circumstances do not define your destiny. Your response to them does.